everybody, it's TGIF. It's Michelle here from CT Beer Tours with another version of our lockdown report videos. We have Tom from Outerlight Brewing down in Groton with us today. And so hopefully you guys can grab a beer since it's Friday night. You know, I know Friday nights are craziness now, especially now that we're all stuck at home. So Tom, are you brewing anything fun lately?
Yeah, I mean, we're brewing a ton of stuff right now that I guess since this all happened, obviously there's no draft beer really going anywhere. So everything we're doing, I mean, we're doing a lot less, I guess, than we used to do, but we still do single batches, which would probably be double if we were actually, if everything was normal. So we've got a few different brews. One that I have that I'm drinking now in my hand called Wave Cloud. It's a 100% Citra double dry hop IPA in the New England style, which is pretty cool. I love this. I think this is the best we've ever done with a New England style to date. I'm really liking it. It's 2 days old. We did it 2 days ago and or released it 2 days ago, and I can't find myself putting it down, which is pretty cool. But we have that. We've got.
I think we all have that problem. Nobody can put anything down these days.
I know. Like, I don't care what it is. Give it to me. We did there was a kind of sadly, we had done an Irish ale basically for St. Paddy's Day, which was the start of this whole COVID deal. And sadly, we kegged the whole thing. We thought, with this whole deal coming on, obviously there's not really much going out in kegs and not too much going out in growlers. We don't have a growler machine or anything like that. So, but the Irish ale was awesome. We got to play with whiskey malt and some Belgian aromatics. So it's like, you've got this cool Irish ale that's got hints of like peat to it. It was just neat to use something that someone would use to make whiskey and make beer with it. So that was like neat doing something like innovative like that. But unfortunately, we still have a ton of kegs of that. So we'll have to find out. If things open soon enough, maybe. But it is kind of like a malty or Irish kind of Scottish style beer. So as it gets hot outside, that's probably not the most exciting thing to drink anymore. But so that was one casualty. I guess that was the one casualty we really are going to have from this whole thing. We've got Juicy, if I'm allowed to say it, Bullshit. It's one of our older New England IPAs, kind of when everything started. We started with that one, but still kind of like one of our most popular ones that we have. We've got a Cucumber Kolsch right now. Our Green Tea Pale Ale is out right now. There's a bunch of fun, different stuff that we're doing. I think we've got a total of 13 beers in cans right now to go.
Wow. Do you normally have that much?
Not 13 usually. Usually we've got about 7 or 8, but since I guess curbside's not doing so bad, and we were able to distribute some beer to distributors too. So for that way it gives us a little bit more creativity right now to kind of put some more stuff out there, which is pretty neat. We've got a couple treats. We've got Pitch and Roll. That's an Imperial Stout barrel age that we did in December, I believe we kegged that. Obviously that's good for 8 years in the can or something like that, probably. So we've got some of that that's still available too, that we've let trickle out too.
Nice. So where can people buy your beer other than obviously at your curbside? But what if we're not down your way?
A lot of our stuff, so we're kind of quiet in a lot of the state, except for New London County has a ton of our stuff. So we're more of a brewery that does a lot more around kind of home base. So New London County has a lot. It kind of starts to fade as you get out towards Windham County. And then you'll find it almost up till Old Saybrook basically, and then once you start moving past that towards New Haven, it kind of starts fading out too. So there is stuff we distribute across the whole state, but it's just a lot stronger closer to home. So a lot of people watching this, if they're like, I don't see Outerlight a lot, if you go into New London County, you'll find a lot more of our stuff.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody's got a little bit of time on their hands. I'm sure they can drive down on a Saturday or Sunday. It's going to be beautiful out.
Yeah, and come down to us. I mean, we've got, obviously right now, everyone's hoping everyone goes as local to the brewery as possible. And yeah, we're open now 7 days a week. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. That's awesome. Any plans on, I know we can kind of finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. People are starting to reopen, which is a good sign. People got to kind of start getting out there slowly. Do you guys have any plans on opening the 20th? Do you plan on just kind of feeling it out? So
yeah, that's a complicated question, I guess. Once we heard the 20th was happening, so basically right now what's happening is it's up to the cities or towns to allow us or any other brewery to open. So the whole like liquor control, all that deal is they have, which is crazy. They're leaving it all up to the town. So because I sent them, usually you can send them kind of forms to do an outdoor patio or something like that, and they're like, no, I mean you can do it, but it's up to the town if they let you do it. So there's a stipulation that you have to have food at this point right now. There's no real specific carve out for breweries. It's really more restaurant geared right now, but we can do outdoor space if we really want to. The hard part of outdoor space is it's going to cost us money to put up an outdoor space. So there's going to be, we're being required to have jersey barriers. We'll have to have a tent. There's going to have to be tables and chairs and things like that. So you got to spend a lot of money in a time when it's hard to spend money, I think. And for us, we've always been kind of a grassroots brewery where we're not like sitting on deep pockets where we're like, okay, let's spend a bunch of money and do this. So what we've done is come up with a plan, and we're kind of ready to pull a trigger on that plan when it makes sense. The 20th right now is hard. Doesn't really make too much sense. We're going to have to probably staff more people. So that's going to be a little bit harder if we really wanted to do, to open things. We've got to think about sanitizing bathrooms. We got to think about taking orders from tables out, they're going to be obviously outside. So, right now I think what's working for a lot of us is the curbside. We're kind of comfortable. Obviously, I think everyone's kind of in a comfort zone right now doing that. And it's really until things lax up enough where people are going to bars and restaurants and the whole other side of the business picks up where we're selling more kegs and things like that. And that would make sense. Once people are eating and drinking out more, then there's less, they're going to look for beer from package stores or breweries themselves. So at that point, then yeah, we've got to think about getting a little bit more back to normal. But I think as breweries, it probably makes unless we have an existing patio, then obviously some breweries do have that, and that probably makes sense. But for someone like us, it kind of is a wait and see how things are going to change. And with second phase coming, maybe June 20th, maybe as things warm up a little bit, it'll make final sense to do that. So we'll be ready to kind of do that when that shows up. But right now, I think we're kind of just collecting that PPE and trying to get all that stuff we need. So when we're ready to go, we have it. Because I don't know about you, but maybe it just seems like we're going to all be wearing masks all summer.
I know. That's what I'm kind of worried about, like the extra cost of everything with all of this, of the cleaning and you can't do curbside plus the tap room open, plus the cleaning, plus all the products that you have to buy, and then the masks that, are only good for so many uses, and then you have to throw them away. The list is just on and on and on with this stuff, and I get to the point of we need it. But like you said, let's hold off and hope it kind of plays itself out a little bit.
Yeah, obviously we're so excited to try to open and have everyone back, and you just but you got to think, I don't know, you think about our employees and you think about everything else and everybody else, and you want to feel comfortable about it. I'm sure you hear in other states people are opening some things up and people are like coming in droves, which is cool and scary.
Yeah. I think some people just don't care. They're just like, I'm free.
Well, it's been so long at this point. Like we've all drank ourselves to, 10 more, 20 more pounds at this point, I feel like, it's like, just let me out. Let me drink with people. Let me hang out. Love to eat a meal at a restaurant at this point.
Absolutely. It won't take much to excite us at this point.
Yeah.
So I know you guys are pretty localized and community wise down in your area, and I noticed that you guys did stuff with the Groton Food Locker. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so that's sort of like the side project of Groton Community Meals. Groton Community Meals is an organization we've worked with for probably almost 3 years now. Once we get towards the holidays, we like to try to raise money. We do an event at the brewery called Tips for Charity, where all the bartenders are donating their tips, and a lot of people just show up to give extra money, and we try to give as much as we can to Groton Community Meals. For us, it's more of we think of it as local community takes care of us. We want to take care of the local community. It's not, we've done things with Connecticut Food Bank and things like that, but you also got to think like local. No one in like Torrington's really going to think like, how can I support the Groton Food Shelter? So, we want to take a little bit of local responsibility and take care of as local as possible too. So the Food Locker, I think community meals they've been kind of shut down for a while. That's really hard for people to kind of gather right now, obviously, and have those meals. So the Food Locker is kind of part of that. We're just trying to do our part to get anything we can to them to help out locally.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that, we've been seeing a lot, is a lot of community support and local support, and kind of eye-opening to see kind of like humanity kind of come together,
Yeah.
Any other last words that you want everybody to know about before we head out?
No, I don't think so. I just, hopefully everyone's doing all right, and hopefully this all ends soon so everyone gets out and about and visits all the local, all our local Connecticut breweries. We're all excited, and hopefully they get on tour with you guys and come see all of us too, and we can all just get back to normal and not worry about this and get everyone back working full speed, full time, and that'd be amazing.
Absolutely. Can't wait for things to get back to normal. Thank you, Tom, for joining us. Everybody that's watching, please check out Outerlight on Facebook as well as their website to check out any new curbside pickup as well as information on when they will be reopening. And then hopefully we will be down there soon.
All right. Cheers, Michelle.
All right. Cheers. Cheers with my water.
It's all good.